What's up, YouTubers? This is Bobby Digital coming to you live from New York City and Ridgewood. I'm over here at my good buddy Unreal Entertainment's home, and we're fixing up his computer with a custom designed Windows 7 Black number 24, which is the Alien Edition. The Alien Edition basically is the Alienware look and feel of an Alienware computer. So, which had usually they have themes. So we created a nice theme for this one for a regular PC. This is a quad core, okay, Intel Core i7 computer. So we're gonna hook this up real nice with a 64-bit version of Windows 7 Black Alien Edition. So right now we're just reaching the completion of the setup. We went through the steps where I wiped out the hard drive and set it up new, clean, a nice clean install of this version of Windows. And if you look down here, we're doing it USB style because disks are just too slow. So now we use USB, which makes it much quicker and easier to set up. And these are just some of my silicon graphic USBs and SanDisk USBs, as you see here, nice silver color. But in this one is the Alien 7, which I've set up. I will do a video on how to set up a USB as a boot drive for installation in the future. But I just want to show you, we figured, you know what, let's do this now and let the people see how it's done. So basically, it went through all these steps and now it's doing the completion. Then we're going to go through the setup, how I set things up a specific way when I install Windows. And the proper way of installation of Windows, because most people, when you buy a computer, it comes pre-installed, but then you have to do updates, you have to do other stuff, and you have all these trial versions of software. We don't do that. We do things where once it's installed and it's installed properly, you never have to install anything, have to do with nothing. It should work straight out the gate. That's how it works. That's how it rolls. Straight out the gate, everything will work. And then, of course, after all that is done and we do all the updates and everything, then we install the specific software that is needed per the customer. Everybody has their own needs and their own uses for the computer. So then we just take the setup and we customize it according to the customer. That's how I set it up, and that's how I work. So we're on location here at my friend's house, and I want you to see the process, how this works. We're going to just walk you through it. So right now we're just about ending the completion, and then the system will reboot and we'll be good to go. By the way, when I set this up, when I do it through USB, on this computer, which is an HP, the F12 key, when you power up, the F12 key gives you the options, boot options. Meaning, do you want to boot from a CD? Do you want to boot from a USB? Do you want to boot from network? There's many options. I chose USB, which pointed to the stick that I put in there, the SanDisk. And once I choose that, it bypasses everything in here and goes right from the USB. So it thinks USB is a CD, but because it's USB and there's no moving parts, it's much faster, the process, and it loads up much quicker to set up. Okay, so once this comes in, we're going to see the customization, and you'll take a look at how nice it looks, and then we can further customize it as we go along. Okay, YouTubers, we're continuing here. So just take a quick look here, and let me show you. As you can see, now it says Black 7 will continue after restarting your computer. Why do I call it Black 7? You know that saying, once you go black, you never go back? I kind of follow that here. It's the same theme. I like to use a black theme on most of my stuff because black meaning it's not your normal. It is extreme. It is set up 100% with everything you need. So it's black in that sense. Once you go black, you never go back. Speaking of black, I want to introduce you guys to my road dog right here. This is the Alienware M17X. Let's take a quick look at this. It's customizable. You can change the colors on the keys. On the mouse pad, you can individualize the colors, or you can choose different themes. Okay, this is a Core i7 Extreme Edition laptop. I paid about $5,500 for this and the graphic amplifier, which is not with me, of course, that's home. But this has the NVIDIA GTX 980M mobile video card. Basically, this video card is a beast. I can play games like these and with full settings already increased. You can take a look. I got all the Arkham games. I got the WWE here, Lost Planet 3, which is a great game. Of course, I'm a Battlefield 4 freak. You will be seeing some videos in the future of me playing with my squad, LRRP, which stands for Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol. We have a blast. When we play for real. When we come across hackers, we ruin their game, ruin their night, and get them expelled from the service because they ruin the actual, the actual game itself, the experience. They ruin it when they come in and they hack. So we go against hackers, we bring them down, but we like to play against other squads and we have a lot of fun. So you'll see what that's like in a future video. Just giving you a little preview here. I want you to see how I have it set up. If you can see down here, this is a touch screen. Okay. If you look down here, I have the rocket dock. You see that? Rocket dock, and I'll be teaching you guys how to do this in another video in the future, coming up real soon. This is how I roll. I set up the rocket dock and I put all my applications here. As you can see, these are things that I use a lot. Okay. All you got to do is point to the application and it bounces and opens up just like a Mac. But this is a customizable bar. You can customize the look of the bar. I just have a basic look, but you know, there's many ways you can make it look like a Mac, exactly like a Mac, or you can, use colors and all kinds of solid. I'll show you that as well. So you can see how this is, okay, and your touch screen right here. So we'll do that. So this is my road dog. I take this with me everywhere. This is my beast whenever I'm on the road. Sometimes I travel to other states, and because I am power hungry, mad power hungry, and you'll see when you meet my tower in the home, I need something just as powerful on the road, but this is actually more powerful than my tower, believe it or not. I run circles around it. The way this is configured, I've maxed everything out. 16 gig DDR3 memory on this sucker. It's extremely fast, running at 2400 and change the speed for the memory. This has an M2 512 gigabyte hard drive, which is basically a stick of memory. It's 512, and it has slots for 3 more, which I will be filling up soon. And I also have in here the Samsung 850 Pro SSD hard drive, 1 terabyte, where I have most of my games and and I download stuff too. In my 512 is where the operating system sits and a couple of applications, and Battlefield 4 sits on that. Okay, so this is my road dog. I just want to show you guys real quick. All right. It's a great feel. If you feel this thing, it's a solid machine. It's basically what they would call a desktop replacement. Okay, I'm gonna just close it down. I'm gonna show you. This is the back of the laptop. You can see the Alienware logo. Okay, lights up. Right now, I just put it to sleep. But take a look at this underneath here. Look at the exhaust system here to push all the heat out. It has inside liquid cooling. Very limited liquid cooling in here to keep it cool, and all the heat comes out over here. It pushes it out and from underneath. This sucker has a Klipsch sound system in here, top of the line sound system. This sounds amazing. Okay, we have back here. Take a look at the back. We have here the Thunderbolt HDMI, and this plug right here is where my Alienware graphic amplifier plugs into it. I'll show you that in another video. What that does, when I plug it in, I have a GTX 980 graphic card, 4 terabyte, the same as what's in here, only it's the desktop version. When I plug it in here, it combines both in SLI mode, and it jacks up the graphic capability of this computer. So when I go home, have it plugged into my TV, my 56-inch TV, and I set it up, and that's where I do my serious hardcore gaming from the laptop if I don't want to be on my desktop, on my command station. Okay, and if you look here on the side, of course, you have you notice there's no DVD or CD-ROM, because guess what? It's the past. We're already moving past it. Everything's USB based now. If you want to plug one in, USB based this, that's up to you, but I don't deal with that no more. USB 3.0, okay, your basic sound here, okay. This is the power, of course. This is the lock. And here, on this side, you see we have the SD memory, as well as USB 3.0 and your network port right here. It's a killer NIC, not a regular network card. It's a killer NIC card, which actually boosts the connectivity and the broadband. This sucker, if I plug it into a network and I turn that sucker on all the way, I shut all the computers down, their internet, and I tend to slow down networks and shut down networks and greedily capture everything. So being a nice guy, I kind of keep it toned down, but I did that once. It's both wired and wireless, a killer NIC. I went to a Starbucks and I shut Starbucks down, just for fun, just for giggles. But you can do that. The killer NIC card is great, especially for gaming, because it prioritizes your gaming packets. So you have much better response. Basically, if I'm playing, say, Battlefield, and I have a good ping connection, my ping is usually like anywhere from 10 to 14 milliseconds. That means I can see you before you see me. Like 5 or 6 seconds gives me a chance to get a shot up, because some of these guys are much better than me. So this gives me a little bit of a chance to survive in the battlefield. But anyway, this is what it is. It's a great system, very powerful, nice diesel. And like I said, all the components in here is top of the line. I'm glad I bought this. I'm glad I invested in it. I got, of course, my Alienware bag and all my other stuff, power supply and so on and so forth. The battery in this sucker here is really good too. Despite the drain that this thing takes, the battery they put in here is off the hook. I got it with a 4-year protection and labor, whatever. If I need anything or need it fixed or need any parts changed, like the battery, whatever, they do it for me for free. And that's it. So that's what I want to show you real quick before we go back here and take a look at the setup, which is almost completed. If you look over here, it actually it does all this work for you to save some time. As you can see, it's updating the .NET, Microsoft .NET, which is a very important component to the computer. All these customization options gets installed for you, so you just sit back and relax and let all that happen. Once it's completed and it goes into the actual Windows, you're going to see an awesome looking desktop, and the whole the icons, everything will be customized, and you'll get to play around with it some more and see what you can do with it, and you'll see how good it is and how nice it runs after we do all the updates, because you guys always good to do updates. Just want to give a little note to you guys. If you have Windows, it doesn't matter if it's 7, if you have 8.1, if you have 10, every Tuesday in the industry, most of us know, not everybody knows, but I like to share information. Every Tuesday is Patch Tuesday. We call it Patch Tuesday. So kind of put that in your mind, or you can, in the beginning, write in your calendar until it becomes natural. Every Tuesday is Patch Tuesday. Why do I say that? Because if you do not update your Windows, sometimes people's Windows are automatic updates. Sometimes that's turned off, default, and some people don't look into that. It's very important that you every Tuesday do an update, a Windows update, and that's why we call it Patch Tuesday, because every Tuesday, any change in the security, change in any updates, you want to go into Windows Update on your computer and see if there's any updates available, and just update all your stuff and bring it in so your Windows runs prime every single time.